Hello and welcome back. I'm B-Ball Joe and this is a tutorial for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Today I want to help you design a good and efficient rail network. Hey, I've seen many questions about rail, especially signaling, junctions, setting up, and just general design and why things are and aren't working. I've tried to answer a lot of them, but I figured it's time for another video about that. I will keep this short, so if you want details on anything, please let me know. First, blocks versus colors. What do they mean? A block that is blue generally means I am an independent block. It doesn't matter if they're next to each other or not, but they are independent. If there's a train in here, this block is not blocked, and vice versa. If a block is not a shade of blue, it's bad. Orange is a junction, and one orange color every once in a while is a good thing. If you have orange and purple together, that means there's a junction followed by a junction. That is not good. Don't do this. If you have this anywhere in your network, take the cancel semaphore tool and remove both signals, not just one. You saw I just removed one. The block is orange, there's still a signal here, but this signal is not going to do anything. It's going to break this junction because if a train gets stuck here for whatever reason, it's going to block itself because there's a train already in the junction and this signal is looking in the junction itself. Don't do this. Remove all the signals. If you have more than orange colors, make everything orange to make it a single block. It makes your life easier. Signals. There's a block signal, a chain signal, and a mixed signal. A block signal looks at the track ahead of it. If it's free, it's green. If it's not, it's red. A chain signal looks at the track in front of it plus the next signal. If the track in front of it is full, it's red. If the track in front of it is unoccupied, but the signal in front of it is occupied, it's red. If the chain signal is looking at more than one signal, it may be blue if at least one of the tracks is available. A block signal will not do that. A block signal will just say, hey, you can go. So the chain signal will give you a different color and different indicator. Simple rule of thumb in junctions. To enter a junction, use a chain signal. To exit a junction, use a block signal. Mixed signals were added recently because they do exactly that without placing two signals next to each other. So in this case, chain in here. Both of these are pointed at the junction and both of the chain signals point right at the junction. That's what you want, the block signals out. Wonderful. Once you understand colors and signals, you can move on. When you design your rail network, give yourself space. Space is the most important thing for trains because trains can get really long, especially in the cargo world. So, as a rule of thumb, when you have a junction, you need the first block after the junction to be able to accommodate your longest train that runs on this track. Pretty simple. What does that mean? If you have a train that's longer than the block that's in between these two junctions, and this signal's red, you may have the train hanging off into the junction. Once the train is in the junction, nobody else is allowed to enter the junction. That is bad. There are some special circumstances with a white signal, but don't count on those. White signal means there's a train in the junction, but it may not interfere with the path that you're going to take. You see this? There's a white signal right on cue. This train is in this junction right now, but it's already past this crossing. This train is trying to go right here. So the white signal saying, train, there's a train in the junction, but it may not interfere, so you go, as long as you go this way. So if you want to go this way, you can go. However, if you had a train up here, these two signals are clearly red. And even if I turn them around, which is more correct, they're still red because there's a train in here. These will not turn green if there's a train hanging over this signal. And that would block your whole network. So, make sure your longest train fits into the first block after any junction. Period. Don't do anything else. If you need, for whatever reason, to have multiple junctions in a row, make it one junction. And then the next block still has to accommodate the longest train. If you can't do that, you didn't give yourself enough space. Next, I will highly recommend using non-blocking junctions. I will put a card up here. I made a tutorial how to make those. Essentially, they just go up and over, and you can use clover leaves or trumpet junctions or different styles of junctions. All they're doing is avoid this, and if trains all go the same direction on it, so there's never a train that wants to go the opposite way for whatever reason and can block anyone else, and even if there is a block, it's not going to block trains on the opposite direction or on the opposite track, which you will have if you have junctions like this. Also, giving yourself space means when you start building something, plan for rail. Planning for rail is your easiest way to avoid headaches. When you build a city, build a train station first, then build the city around it. If you start in an industrial area, build the cargo stations first and build the industrial area around that. Cargo is a little easier because you have conveyors, you have forklifts, you have different ways to transport products to the train. But it's still easy if you can do it right directly, and it's less of a headache. That's really all there is. If you follow these few guides, your rail network should look a lot better. I have a couple more cards for different rail things that may help you, may not. I will throw them up here. Check them out if you want. Otherwise, I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.